I think there are sort of two camps out here, I would say. In one camp, you've got the sort of, I would call it the historical perspective, which is, hey, we're technology companies, we're platform companies, we're in the business of distributing other people's content. We don't want to have to get into the mud, if you will, of making editorial decisions. I think there's another camp, and I would probably count myself in this second camp, that's more of the opinion that, look, we always make editorial decisions. You make user safety decisions and about what accounts to suspend and what accounts not to suspend. And we should just, take the blinders off and admit that we always make editorial decisions, and we should. We're going to have to be more and more in that business. I get the hesitance to want to admit that, because with hundreds of millions of pieces of content pouring in, you're going to miss a lot of border cases and edge cases. But I'd like, for example, seeing Twitter get more aggressive about some of the things they're going to do, like tag these ads and get more aggressive on user safety.
Dick, it seems to me like political ads are not really the problem. I mean, if it's a political ad and you can see that it's political, fine. It's the ads that are maybe divisive or controversial that aren't explicitly political, and the fact that the viewer doesn't necessarily know who placed that ad. I'm not sure Twitter or some of these other networks even know who placed that ad. How much more visibility do we need into the character and motives of the people who are trying to use these platforms to manipulate?
Yeah, well, one of the suggestions has been to make sure that these tags and the ads, if you will, are in some sort of machine-readable format, because there's no way you or I or any other small group of people is going to be able to pour through the, overwhelming quantity of ads that go through these systems and try to figure out who's been targeted with what. If you put them in some sort of machine-readable format, the ads and the tags themselves, and make that available for review by some other machines and other computers, you'll have a much better way of trying to figure out where these things are coming from and what's actually happening. And that's probably where this all needs to head.
Yeah, I mean, this is already being discussed, as you know, in Congress. There's the Honest Ads Act, bipartisan, backed by McCain and Klobuchar and Warner, that sort of gets at this idea. Do you think that the rules need to come from Washington, or can the industry police itself?
The challenge, irrespective of where the rules come from, the challenge is going to be trying to figure out who's behind these things. As you know, you can create any sort of company to buy some of these ads, and even when they're tagged, it's going to be a job of combing through the tags and trying to figure out who and what are behind some of these ads. Right. Again, irrespective of whether they're political or otherwise.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.